go ahead and show you some of the products I recently received from a cherry on top. This is from Maggie Holmes Heritage Collection. So I got the stickers, the 6x12 sticker sheet. Look at all those adorable, cute images, and the colors are beautiful for fall or really any time of year. I also went ahead and got the clear sticker sheet. I'm going to fight with the packaging here a minute, but I'll get there. I'll get it out. I don't know about anyone else, but I am one of these people that I don't like packaging at all. So when I get new products, the first time I open them up, they stay opened and I toss all the packaging. And this includes thickers, which can be annoying if you have extras and all that, but packaging gets rough, just saying. And I tend to be that person that if I have to fight with packaging to open up something, I might just forget it off of my page and not use it. So I'm just going to take all of the sticker sheets out. There are 8 sticker sheets in this collection, or 8 in this clear sticker sheet package. There's 8 sets of stickers. They're all clear, and they're quite nice. They are quite nice. I'm not a big clear sticker person, but these are really pretty images, and I'm going to use them on the layout we're going to create after I show you my products. So I'm just going to flip through them here. So there's that alphabet, which I think is really, really cute. A whole sheet of cute bows. There are some phrase stickers. And this set that has really small images like butterflies and flowers and little leaves and things. There is this beautiful floral stickers. I'm going to use a lot of these in my layout today too, so you'll be able to see them. Now these are all the embellishments that I received from the Heritage Collection. These are the only ones I wanted. There wasn't a die cut sheet in this collection. There was a lot of embellishments that I just didn't think I would use. And when it comes to Maggie Holmes, let me just say, so I'm going to flip through the papers now so you can see them. I did get doubles of a lot of the papers, from some of the papers, especially cut-apart sheets, because I knew I wasn't getting a lot of embellishments. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to flip through all the patterns, and I'll just talk about this collection. So like I said, I wasn't super impressed with the embellishments that came with this collection. But I loved the papers, and here's the thing with me. I love Maggie Holmes. I have the biggest stash of Maggie Holmes stuff ever. And honestly, I have tons of embellishments for her lines, but I don't have a ton of paper. So this line, me kind of loving the papers but not really caring too much for the embellishments, worked out really, really well because the nice thing is I keep all of my Maggie Holmes products all together, and they mix and match amazingly well. They mix and match more than you really would think that they would, but they really do. So, yeah, I do the same thing with Paige Evans. If you've ever gotten a line from Paige Evans, I keep all of my Paige Evans lines all together. I love that page. I'm going to use that as a background at some point. So you can see here all the designs. They're beautiful. They have corals and pinks and this really dusty purple that I think is stunning. And I got 2 of the cut-apart sheets. I actually was super happy because I didn't really care for the other side of the cut-apart sheets. So I have 2 sets of pieces, 2 kind of die-cut sheets there that I can cut apart and use, and I really like them. I'm pretty sure I bought every pattern of paper, and some of them I got 2 of. And so my plan is to use the embellishments that I got with the papers. I'm going to use that wreath paper. I'm going to use some of the cut-apart sheets, and I'm going to go ahead and also dig into my stash of Maggie Holmes goodies, and I'm going to use a lot of some die cuts and different things that are from my stash. I also, Spiegel Mom Scraps has a sequin mix that they came out with called Lovely Day. And there's my beautiful photo that we're going to be scrapbooking with today. So let's get started on this layout, and I will leave links down below to the Heritage collection at a cherry on top so you can go ahead and take a look for yourself. So what I wanted to do for this layout is I want to create a wreath shape on this page, but I want to do it in a different way. So this is kind of, I've seen this done a few times around the internet, and I just decided I wanted to give it a try. So I will tell you first off that I should have cut that circle. No, it's the second circle. I should have cut larger. But I refused, you'll see. So I used an old product, but a fabulous one from Creative Memories, and I cut a circle out of the middle of that wreath, and now I am auditioning papers for the center of the wreath to decide which paper I like. And I honestly, I didn't discount anything because you just never know what's going to pop or what's going to look nice. So I really tried every one of these patterns. And the one that I decided to go with was this yellow. Now here is where I mess up the circle a bit. So the way that Creative Memories circle things go, I figured if I just cut the next bigger size circle, I'd be okay, but I actually should have cut the outside rim of that circle template, because while it would have worked, I'm then going to go through and distress and cut this paper, distress this paper a lot, and what actually ends up happening is I end up having to kind of washi tape and kind of mess a little bit with this circle to get it where I want it, because I didn't give myself enough of a border to be able to adhere it good on the inside. But there was no way that I was starting over from scratch. We were just going to make it work. So I'm going to use this older distressing tool. This is by Making Memories, and I'm going to go ahead and distress this really crazily. I really want that edge of that circle to be really roughed up. And once I have that really roughed up, I kind of realized that the circle isn't big enough, but I'm determined to go with it. So I'm going to put some washi tape there to kind of hold it, and I'm going to fidget with it a little bit, but in the end, what I'm going to end up doing is placing this 8.5 by 11 piece of paper over the entire back of the layout, and that allows me to have the ability to tuck things underneath that lip I've created. And so that's what we're gonna do. There is my photo. This photo is I happen to catch a beautiful moment photo. So there isn't a huge story. There are other photos from this day that have more important, stories and things to tell. But this was just, it was, the lake we were at was gorgeous, and my little boy was at the edge of the sand, just wandering, and doing his little boy thing. And then my one of my very good friend's dog just happened to be perfectly in this shot. So I want to make this just a pretty page. I'm not going to date it, of course, but that's it. So I'm going to tuck it up and under because I want this photo to be, I know that I'm going to be adding a lot of embellishments, so I don't want to lose the fact that this photo is in there. Sometimes I feel like if you over embellish, you're kind of looking at a layout going, where's the photo? And so that's what I don't want to happen. So I went ahead and used a larger 4x6 print, and I'm going to make it center stage. And then my plan is just to go ahead and create more of that wreath. So I have the wreath shape, and now I'm just going to tuck stickers, and I'm going to tuck some clear stickers. I'm going to back the clear stickers with some vellum. Eventually, I added photo corners to the top of my page, and now we're just going to embellish, and I'm going to just kind of grab the highlights of my embellishing to share with you, because really this was just a lot of doing this, trying things out, moving things around. I'm sorry about that. Of course the big garbage truck has to go past my house and put its Jake brake on. Ugh. So I started with the sticker sheet, and now I'm moving on to the cut apart sheet. And I'm going to take this tag that says "Love This Life," and that's actually going to be useful because I'm going to make it work as my title. And then I'm also going to fussy cut that deep pink flower that's up at the top. I'm going to add to that tag, so this buffalo plaid tag is not from this collection, it's from my stash. Like I said, I pulled in, I'm going to use the embellishments that I got from Cherry on Top, but then I'm also pulling in things from my stash just because I have so much Maggie Holmes and they all work. So I'm going to use that tag. I'm using some of that beautiful twine, and I'm going to add pop dots and give this a nice look to it. I really love how these tags turned out. So I have to show you this. This happens to me quite often. I'm fussy cutting that flower. I don't have it all fussy cut yet, but I noticed the little boy that is hanging out on that sticker sheet, and I'm like, oh, that little boy has to get on this layout, because a little boy is not something, like a little person like that is not something I would necessarily gravitate towards using on a layout, but it worked perfectly because my little boy's in the photo, and so I just decided we were going for it. So I pulled him out, I pulled up the stickers, and now I'm going back to fussy cutting my flower. And I think he's a perfect addition to this layout. So this frame is also from another die cut set. For whatever reason, there is not an ephemera pack in this collection, which I don't quite know why. But yeah, there isn't an ephemera pack. So kind of, which is always kind of my go-to embellishments. So I was kind of at a loss as to which embellishments I really thought I could use from the collection. But I went through and I found if you have open book embellishments, I use embellishments from Shine on this layout, so you can find, if you have a nice stash of Maggie Holmes things, this would be a really great collection to mix and match with it. I'm going to use some of these clear stickers. I'm going to put them onto this vellum. This is vellum from Lawn Fawn, which is, if you see, it's very opaque. And so it makes a great background for these clear stickers. And I'm going to go ahead and fussy cut them all out and get them onto my layout. So by backing the vellum, you still see the flower, but it still has that a little bit translucent, and you can totally get the, you can put tape on the back and glue it, and you can't see the tape, but you can see the flower. So it's translucent, but not super translucent. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is I want to tear some of these peekaboo corners. And because, again, of how I didn't cut that circle too small, I'm going to kind of back the part of my open piece here with the black and white offcuts from that from the wreath paper. I'm going to end up doing 2 of them, but I'm just going to right now open it up, tuck some of these black and white stickers in, and then go ahead and continue on with that bottom piece, I think. So this one sticker sheet in the collection has all of these like wreath like black flowers. I'm going to use a ton of these because they just popped so well, and I could fill in, I think I filled in the entire wreath, like all the way around my circle, with these black and white clear stickers because they just provided that little bit of something extra and awesome. So I'm going to cut them apart, and I'm going to tuck them in under the circle and adhere them to that yellow paper all the way around my layout. And I absolutely love how this turned out. So I'm just going to pull the bottom of this back, which worked out really well because it showed more of my photo, which I loved. And now I think the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the flower die cuts. I'm going to add a few here and there. I think about the clear ones, but in the end, what I am going to decide to do is I went ahead and went into my stash and I grabbed a bunch of flowers that have this kind of photoreal look. So in this Maggie Holmes collection, there are the kind of drawn flowers, but then there's also these ones that remind me a lot of the photoreal flowers that were in All Heart. And then the photos are kind of mixed, the photoreal flowers are mixed with the black kind of doodly thing. And so what I did was I went through all of my Maggie Holmes die cuts and I pulled out flowers that I felt would work with the colors and the collection and just the whole feel of the layout. And so I ended up pulling quite a few die cuts, flower die cuts out. But I didn't use them all. And you can see me here kind of deciding, I know I want to tuck a flower into that torn shape. And I decide on this pink one, which was just perfect. It looks so good over there. I'm sorry. I really, really love how this layout turned out. I was so happy with it. And I love that I was able to pull in some of my stash and mix it seamlessly with this brand new collection. This is that piece here. This is from Shine. It's a 6x6 pad, paper pad, but it has all the months. And so I'm going to pull in the month that this photo was taken, which was in July. Then I'm going to go into the clear stickers to that alphabet. And then I went ahead and I added the date of the year that the photo was taken. So it says July and then 2019 with those clear stickers. A couple of phrase stickers are going to finish this layout off, as well as a sprinkling of sequins. And that's going to be it for this one. Thank you so much for joining me today, and be sure to check out this collection. I will leave links below to the available products. I'll talk to you all very soon. Bye.